established before the foundations of the world, let me tell you, there is nothing or no one that can stop the hand and the plan of God from prevailing in your life. And I believe that Joseph from the Bible, remember Joseph's story? He's a prime example of that. Joseph was set apart from the very beginning. He was his father's favorite son, right? And his brothers didn't like him. His brothers hated him. And then here comes Joseph with a prophetic dream, right? Remember, he tells his brothers this dream. He shouldn't have told them, but I just believe that Joseph was just, overzealous and excited, like many of us get. We overshare. Same with Joseph, he overshared. And so now his brothers are like, okay, first of all, our father praises you. You're our father's favorite son. He gives you this coat, right, of many colors and just this amazing coat, right, to symbolize, that our father loves you and you're his favorite. And now you come and tell us about this prophetic dream. So what did they try to do to Joseph? They tried to get rid of Joseph by throwing him in this well that he couldn't get out of himself unless somebody, went in there and got him. And they sold him into slavery. They literally tried to get rid of him, just cast him out from the family. Why? Because he was a threat to them. From the very beginning, Joseph was a threat, but he became a threat to them, so they wanted to get rid of him. But what ends up happening? Yeah. Joseph ended up walking in the manifestation of the vision that God gave him. See, when you're set apart and when God has called you to a thing, and you in God, you follow God, you serve God, you love God, you stay in God, and you stick with God, there is nothing, absolutely nothing. You may go through some of the worst seasons of your life. You may go through hell on earth in some circumstances and situations in your life. But there is nothing, sorry, I'm going over some humps. There is nothing, absolutely nothing that is going to stop the hand, plan, and will of God from coming to pass in your life. We just have to hold on. And I know sometimes when we're in situations where it seems like there's no way out, like, God, don't you see me here? Can't you come and rescue me? A lot of things God take us through because he's trying to develop us. Even the called, the chosen, the anointed ones, we have to be developed, right? So go back and read the story of Joseph. Let that encourage those of you who feel isolated, in a season of isolation, right? If you feel like, man, I have this great calling on my life, and I feel like I'm just separate. Like, I don't know this, I just feel different. Like, I feel like I can't be a part of a lot of cliques, groups, or whatever the case. Well, God has called you out. You can't be a blessing to a group of individuals if you're a part of the group. If you're like the group, God has to call you out. Many of you are the Josephs in your family. You're the Josephs in your generation. You are the Josephs on your job. You are the Josephs in the marketplace. God has called you out. So be encouraged. Go back and read the story of Joseph and be encouraged. Bye-bye.